And welcome to Booster Stadium on a cloudy night as we have the opening kickoff, kicked by the Better Tigers down to around the 15-yard line. And the Bulldogs' Chandler Lynn returns up to the 30 and the 32-yard line. So that's where the Bulldogs will start off their first possession in Region 2 ball in 2019. And 1st and 5 for the Bulldogs at their 39 from the left hash, driving toward the south end zone on the Legion turf. And the first handoff goes to Mincy, coming near side of the 45 to the 50. Across the midfield stripe and down at the Metter 44. On a little surge to the left side, and Devin Smith, a cornerback at 6 feet and 175 pounds for the Metter Tigers, making the tackle on the Mincy run. To the snap to Cloud, and the give is to Mincy, and he had the ball stripped free, and the Metter Tigers have recovered. It was recovered by T.J. Davis. That is the Bulldogs' third turnover of the year. They're normally very good on ball security. Since Richie Marsh became the head coach, there have been very few fumbles, but there is a big one as the Bulldogs have moved into Metter territory, and now the Tigers take over 1st and 10 at their 45-yard line. So this is what I was thinking to start off the game. You get a 3rd and 6 or so. It's a short 6 right at the midfield stripe, as the Metter Tigers in this scoreless game with 10:15 to play in the opening quarter come to the line of scrimmage and have just one receiver in the package. He's set up to the right side with 2 backs, and the handoff, it goes to Collins, and he's knocked down at the 49-yard line. Collins losing a little, and the stop was made by Josiah Smith, a quarterback on the B team out there wearing number 17 for the Toombs County Bulldogs. And the Dogs, after the fumble, react defensively like head coach Richie Marsh and defensive coordinator Martin wanted them to. Snap to Trey Cloud. Here comes Hartley to the 40, to the 45, to the near sideline, scooting down the sideline and finally pushed out. And he may have been out when he was pushed. And Austin Carlisle stopped the senior Caleb Hartley on that run down the Bulldogs sideline that moves the chains once again. So here's a 3rd and 10 for the Toombs County Bulldogs in what could be 4-down territory, with Jakari Jones, a possession receiver, lined up to the left, a tall target at 6'6", playing his first year of high school football. He's an outstanding basketball player. Here's a throw to Jakari, catching the ball at the 43, makes a move at the 35, is tackled close to the 30-yard line, and has a Bulldog first down. Jakari Jones stopped by Devin Smith. Julian Marion Vital will come out. This season he's 1 for 2 kicking field goals. He made a 31-yarder against Hancock Central. He missed a 55-yarder at Claxton. And this one, he'll be kicking from the right hash. It'll be another 31-yarder. He's a left-footed soccer-style kicker, so here's a snap. Cloud puts it down. The kick is up in the air, and it is good. It stayed inside the right upright to give the Bulldogs a 3-0 lead with 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the opening quarter as we break on Y101 against Fitzgerald. We'll talk about that at halftime. Oh, there's Brandon Usher blowing up a play behind the line of scrimmage. Man, did he get back there very quickly, stopping Collins as he was trying to move to his left, and he's going to lose almost 3 on the TFL. 3rd and 6 plus as Hobbs is rolling right side, the quarterback running, but he's chased down, I think, by Tyler Smith at around the 40-yard line. And Jakari Jones also over there as a Bulldog corner, and that makes it 4th down, so the Bulldogs do a good job on defense. Cloud looking back over toward the sideline once again. He stacked 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, which is to the right. The ball's on the left hash. 1 receiver that way. So you know it's going to be a throwing situation as the lefty drops back and throws it right side. Roberts is open, but the ball is picked at the last minute and returned by Metter to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 30. Breaking a tackle, the Dogs finally bring him down at the 22-yard line. So now it's 1st and 10 for the Metter Tigers, trailing 3-0, and they're just outside the red zone at the Bulldog 22. Time for the Dog offense to really tighten up against the wing T. Taj Hobbs is under center. 2 wings at a back, 1 receiver. And Collins in motion, taking the handoff, and a couple of Dogs grab him quickly, and it takes more Dogs to bring him down. He's got strong legs and keeps him driving, and he was tackled there by Tank Morris and others. So a gain of 1 for the Metter Tigers, who trailed 3-0 with 7:50 to go in the second quarter. And the Tigers are old school when it comes to huddle under head coach Rodney Garvin. They break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage with their wing T. They stayed in this, and Hobbs crouches under center, puts a man in motion, and hands it off left side. The ball's loose. The Bulldogs dive. The Bulldogs are pointing. The Bulldogs have the football. They have recovered a fumble, and they are hopping up in the air. Looks like maybe Brandon Usher came out with the football. Yep, Brandon grabbed it off the turf, and the Bulldogs keep their shutout going in a tight 3-0 game. But he's off to a good start with solos and assists. 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4. Metter from the Bulldog 43. Still on the right hash. And they will hand it off. And the Bulldogs will bust up that play on the run by Coney. And getting in there quickly was Brandon Usher. So you got to figure Usher and Hartley are going to pile up a lot of tackles. Josiah Smith also playing well as a defender. How many quarterbacks could do that? That's a TFL, and now it's 3rd down and 7 for Metter. And here come the Bulldogs, and their defense trying to make a big play on 4th down with a quarterback keep it. Bulldogs might be thinking that as a man goes in motion. No, they hand it off to the fullback Collins. He finds an opening, and he moves ahead, and he picks up the first down for Metter with 1:14 to go. And Caleb Hartley with the tackle, but just a little bit too far downfield to give the Bulldogs a football back. In a tight defensive battle, the Toombs County Bulldogs are trying to take a 3-0 lead into the halftime locker room, and they got to defend for 31 more seconds. Leading 3-0 with Metter down in the red zone, just inside the 20-yard line. And it's 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. With Hobbs under center. Motion to the right of the formation, which is a short side, and he's going to throw it into the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. So the Metter Tigers have scored, and on the catch was Cameron Robinson, who streaked into the right corner of the end zone as an open receiver. And the Metter Tigers have taken a 6-3 lead real late in this opening quarter with 25.6 seconds remaining, as the Tigers will try the extra point. And Zach Davis will kick for Metter. And here it is up in the air. And it is good. And the Tigers score late in the half. And the Bulldogs come to the sideline after pitching a shutout for almost the whole half. And now they're down 7-3 as we take a break on Y101. So, a long field for Metter. Yeah, the Bulldogs played well defensively until yielding those points. You know, in the Hancock Central game, they led 3-0 at halftime and wound up scoring 3 touchdowns in the second half, winning that game 24-0 here at Booster Stadium in week 2 of the regular season. Hobbs is under center, putting a wing in motion, and they hand it off inside to Collins, and the Bulldogs grab him immediately around the waist and tackle him, and it was Brandon Usher, who might be headed toward double-digit tackles tonight, along with Caleb Hartley, who had 24 against Metter last year. So now the Bulldogs have Metter in a situation they like, 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. And let's see if they can seal the deal with a stop right here. Hobbs rolling to his right, and he throws it short, has an open receiver, and he breaks one tackle and runs for the first down, and is moving down his sideline before stepping out of bounds. Aaron Collins came out of the backfield and caught the pass, and Caleb Hartley had to run him down, but not until he picked up the Tiger first down, so they convert on 3rd and 7. Should be mandatory to have a contrast in colors. Motion on a 3rd and 5 play for Metter, and the inside handoff is not going to work for the Tigers. Josiah Smith came over there. He was one of the dogs on the outside, sealing the edge, but also in on the tackle was Robert Kent, a defensive lineman. So no gain. It's 4th down. So the Bulldog offense will come out. They outgain Metter, as I mentioned, but they trail on the scoreboard. And I thought this was going to be a tough game for either team to win based on style and talent. And so far it has been. And it was last year, as both teams had to play into overtime with the Dogs winning on a DJ Mincy touchdown after a Metter 26-yard field goal in the overtime session. Snap to Cloud, and he gives it off to Caleb Hartley. Surging ahead down the sideline. Caleb finds a room, goes to the 40, to the 43 with a Dog first down, up to the 44. He was patient. He runs hard. He stays low to the ground. And he was able to stay in bounds like he does so many times, running down the sideline and surge ahead for a Bulldog first down. JD 4-0, the Bulldogs 3-0, but the Dogs are down 7-3, trying to get the ball back. Hobbs on a play fake, throws it right side. The ball's caught up at the 48 and run for a first down for the Metter Tigers. That may have been Collins slipping out of the backfield again. No, that's Cole McCraney, who had a catch last week against Wilkinson, 6'2" and 200, and he was open at the 47 with the clock running at 4:03 to go third quarter. Metter on top 7-3. Inside play. There's a spin. The ball's out. And it's loose at the 45-yard line. And are the Bulldogs hopping up and down? Yes, they are. Josiah Smith says the Bulldogs have recovered that ball at the Toombs 45. Tank Morris is the dog who gobbled it up. And now Cloud will come back into the offensive backfield to handle the quarterback chores with 3 receivers, and Hartley still in the backfield behind him on the 2nd and 8 play. And the give is to Caleb, weaving his way across the 50, 45 to the 40. Caleb has a first down as they bring him down at the 33-yard line. First down Dogs, stopping the clock with 3:12 to play in the third quarter, and Toombs trailing 7-3 at the Metter 33. In the center of the field is a quarterback, Trey Cloud, and taking a perfect snap, play fake. Left side, he's going to throw the ball down the sideline, overshoots his receiver, and that ball is picked in the end zone. Another interception. Trey had come into this game without throwing a pick, and Devin Smith caught that one probably about 5 yards deep in the end zone. The Metter Tigers, 3rd and 3 with 1:47 to go third quarter, and Metter leading 7-3. This could be kind of a big play in this game, because if you get the stop, Metter's punting from near its goal line, and you would think Toombs would get the ball on the Metter side after the exchange of the ball. But first, you got to make the play on 3rd and a short 3. Boyd putting a man in motion, and that's Coney, and they hand it off to Collins, the fullback, and he just slices up the right side of the field to move the chains where he's tackled by Caleb Hartley. So that was a strong run right there by a guy who's been busy tonight carrying the football. And make a play as the quarterback is running, and Hobbs to the outside, runs for the first down and crosses the 42 to the 43, where he's tackled by Drakari Jones. So Metter is starting to convert consistently on their third down plays, and now Chase Miller, a bigger player, is going to come out and play on that defensive line, replacing Dawson Malone. So big 64 is out on the field. He plays on both the offensive and defensive line. And a smaller player who we talked to during our Bulldog pregame show, KK Gaffney, replaces Tyler Smith. As Hobbs turns and keeps the football and goes outside, and the Bulldogs track him down quickly and tackle him to the ground. Good tackle by Drakari Jones, who shows he's not just an offensive player, he's making plays on D. And again, the Dogs are down 7-3, and we're halfway through the fourth quarter. And it's 4th down and 1 for the Metter Tigers. And here we go. And let's see if the Bulldogs are in the mood to make a big play. Linebackers creeping up toward the line of scrimmage. And there's a hit, but I think he may spin and get enough for the first down. And the chains are moving, and the Tigers have converted on 4th down. Tank Morris making the stop, but there wasn't much margin for error, as I guess Deacle ran that ball and picked up the first down. So they go with somebody fresher here in the fourth quarter on a probably 80-degree night right now, and he's making plays for them on offense. 4.5 to play. The Tigers have burned a lot of clock. Josh Jackson running onto the field. He's going to come in and play on the defensive line and try to use his big body to stop some of those inside running plays, because that's what's eating up the Bulldogs right now and why they can't get the ball back. They're giving up decent chunks. They need plays behind the line of scrimmage or near it. And it's 3rd down and 3 for Metter. So they run it inside again. This time the Bulldogs are there. Oh, boy, they beat them to the punch, knock them all the way back to the 20. That won't be where the ball is spotted, but Gage Herndon got in there. That was big. Now it's 4th down. No gain, even though it looked more dramatic than that. Clock running with 3:37 to go. And let's see if Metter runs the play. Maybe tries to draw the Bulldogs off sides. Everybody on the sideline will be yelling, "Watch the ball, watch the ball." You hear that a million times. It doesn't always work. 4th down and less than 5. 4th and a long 3. And we got a whistle as a white hat is waving his arms. Did somebody take a timeout? Yeah, the Metter Tigers did. So timeout on the field, 3:13 to go. Metter 7 and Toombs County 3 as we break on Y101. See if he can make a play as they keep running the ball up the middle. They try to bounce it outside or go up the middle again. Here's the 4th down play. They run it up the middle, and the Bulldogs did not get the push, and Metter did on the run up the middle, and Metter picks up the first down. The Dog defensive line just could not get in there quick enough to give him resistance to blow up the play, to make the tackle on 4th down shy of the first down marker. And Metter has driven the ball inside the 10-yard line. Down to the 8 with 2:50 to go, and the Dogs down by 4. So they got to try again to keep Metter out of the end zone. Hobbs under center. Hobbs turns. Hobbs hands it off inside. This time the Dogs got the push, set up the wall, made the tackle. Chandler Lynn came from the side as one of the Dogs in there, but some of those interior linemen also key to that play. Maybe Chase Miller getting in there, and also Brandon Usher. Only 55 seconds remain in this Region 2 game, and Metter is just outside the Bulldog goal line, leading Toombs County 7-3 here with 55 seconds to go. And the Bulldog defense breaking its huddle. And this Metter offensive line and strong running game has been able to control time of possession in the second half. Turnovers have hurt the Bulldogs. They've had 3 in the ball game. And they, late in the game, just have not been able to stop a Metter drive and get the ball back. And now they're trying to make some kind of play. A strip would be exceptional for the Dogs. From the 1, the quarterback Hobbs keeps it, and he leans toward the goal line. His teammates say he is in. The Metter fans are cheering, and he has crossed the goal line in the north end zone. And now the Bulldogs are down by a score of 13-3 with just 50 seconds to go. No rush. Cloud throwing it. This time the ball's caught by Chandler Lynn. Zigging and zagging, making the move to the right, trying to get out of bounds, and he does scoot out on the Dog side near the 49-yard line, where he is tackled by Smith. And that will move the chains and stop the clock with 32 seconds to go. And again, no rush because he got out of bounds. Got enough for the first down and then scooted out from the Metter 31 or so as Cloud drops back, has protection, now rolling. He's going to throw it toward the end zone, up in the air, up for grabs, and picked by the Metter Tigers down around the 5, and returned up around the 20 as the horn sounds, and the game comes to an end. Last year it was the Toombs County Bulldogs who went to Metter and won in overtime on a DJ Mitzi touchdown run. And tonight it's the Metter Tigers who come to Booster Stadium, and they score a touchdown and win the ball game. And then they scored one more, of course, but they only needed one tonight to beat the Toombs County Bulldogs. 14-3 the final. And both teams are shaking hands as the Region 2 schedule opens up. And the Dogs lose their first game of the season to drop to 3-1.